Our #1 natural disaster is the most terrifying display of raw power and merciless destruction in recorded history.
I'm saying to myself, it's going to kill people. It has to be killing people.
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, a Midwestern town lodged directly in the path of Tornado Alley. Residents here are no strangers to calamity. But on May 3rd, 1999, the sky suggested something that would rattle these battle-worn locals forever.
May 3rd started out like hundreds of other days here in Oklahoma. Some conditions were favorable for tornadoes. Other parameters weren't there. You have certain upper atmospheric conditions that cause the air to go up. You have some heating. You'll have winds coming together. And if you have those upper air conditions that are just right, that turning of the wind that's proper, and the proper wind speeds, as that air goes up, it will just start to spin.
Storm tracker Val Castor was watching the thunderheads develop 50 miles south of Oklahoma City from his perch inside his chase vehicle.
Well, you know, I've been chasing for probably 15 years or so, and May 3rd was a very unique day. I'd say around 4 or so, we started seeing the first storms go up. It started growing faster and faster. And I called Gary and I said, man, you know, this storm is getting stronger all the time.
By 5:30 in the evening, the storm reached critical mass with Val in hot pursuit.
The clouds were just boiling. It was very dark, very ominous looking, and the rotation was extremely strong.
Huge rotation, close to the ground, tornadoes on the ground. We got a funnel on the ground right now, right hand side. Tornado on the ground, debris cloud, there it is. Multiple vortex tornado. Oh, yeah.
60 right now.
Get us back on the air.
We're up.
Back at Channel 9, Gary England and his staff watched with growing concern. Video from the field started to pour in, and the terrifying magnitude of the tornado became apparent. This was the deadliest level of tornado, an F5.
I've never seen anything like it my entire life. I never even dreamed about anything like that. This thing was a monster.
Get below ground. You folks get south of this storm. Get below ground immediately. Okay.
Until now, the tornado had raged across mainly rural farmlands, but its northeasterly course had it aiming for the densely populated suburbs of Oklahoma City.
Oh, power line flash.
And it became obvious to me that people probably were dying, or terrible things were happening to them.
Wind speeds in this tornado began to reach 318 miles per hour. Gary England broadcast a desperate warning.
You need to be below ground with this storm. This is a deadly tornado.
I've been here 28 years, and at 5:56 p.m., as I said, you're going to need to be below ground level to survive.
Teacher Gary Dominguez was in his home in the neighboring town of Moore when he heard England's plea.
It was heading across the highway that's very close to where, kind of where I live. And they were saying how severe it was.
Without a basement, he ran for the only safety there was, his bathtub.
And by the time I got to my bathroom and got 1 foot into the bathtub, all the front windows flew out. And within like 2 seconds, the entire apartment started shaking. And within a few more seconds, it stopped. So I stood up, basically, and then when I looked out, what used to be where my apartment was nothing, absolutely nothing.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
8,000 houses were damaged. Some swept clean off their foundations. 46 people lay dead, and 900 more were severely injured. The tornado caused $1 billion in damage, 3 times as much as any previous storm in history. It was the most powerful, most destructive tornado ever recorded.
Over a 4-hour period, at any particular time, there were 20 or 30 tornadoes on the ground, active, living and dying. So it was like a swarm of killer bees. Everything in its path was just cut to pieces.
But the people of Oklahoma are not strangers to tragedy and have once again begun to rebuild their shattered lives.
We're going to have more tornadoes, and we'll deal with them just like we always dealt with them. We'll pick up the pieces and put it back together again and go on.
Well, we'd been here, almost be here a year, May 20th. Guess we'll get a new house again, okay?
For a tornado this size, going through a major metropolitan area like Oklahoma City, it's amazing that it didn't kill more people. And to me, that's a miracle.
For causing death and destruction of unparalleled magnitude, the 1999 Oklahoma City tornadoes top our list at number 1.